Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Last thread of hope. While investigators try to determine whether the bodily decomposing remains of a female discovered in a shallow grave in Sandy Bay, Clarendon yesterday are those of 44-year-old teacher Natalie Dawkins, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitzbailey says detectives are certain that 20-year-old Jeffrey Bedward, who was shot dead last week by cops, was in Dawkins' house the night she disappeared. At the same time, Rosalie Logan, principal of the Four Paths Primary and Junior High School, where Dawkins taught, said she and her staff are awaiting official confirmation of the identity of the remains from the police. "We are nervous. We are grief-stricken right now. We don't have any concrete evidence to say whether the remains that were found are those of Natalie, so we are still waiting," Logan said yesterday. "Being on the site right now is very nerve-wracking. I am weak in my knees while I await the police to do whatever they are doing, and so it is a sad day for us, a very sad day. We know that even though she has been missing for over a week, we are still holding on to that last thread of hope," Logan added. The principal said the school community was unable to understand who would want to hurt their colleague because she was a very nice person. Dawkins, who was also a part-time bailiff, was last seen at her home in the community on Tuesday, March 30, by a neighbor who said she had gone outdoors to turn off her car alarm sometime after 11 p.m. upon receiving a call telling her that it has been triggered. Her handbag was found on Spanish Town leg of Highway 2000 the morning after. Police investigations led to the recovery of her motor car last weekend, following a shootout with Bedward and another man who fled. Speaking on the heels of the discovery of the remains yesterday, DCP Bailey said, "We are convinced, based on our investigation, that Jeffrey Bedward, who was fatally shot by the police, was at Miss Dawkins' residence within the same period when she went missing, and we are also confident that he was also in the area where the skeletal remains were discovered. We have secured significant amount of evidence, both scientific and other types, in support of our investigation, and some of the things I cannot disclose." He said that Bedward's brother is among 3 people in police custody in relation to the teacher's disappearance. Additionally, 2 television sets, which are believed to belong to Dawkins, were discovered during a search of Bedward's home. In the meantime, DCP Bailey, who commended the investigators and thanked the public, said the police are also pursuing several other lines of inquiries in the case, while pointing out that technology and science has assisted significantly in the investigation so far. "We are looking at a number of theories, but none of them is conclusive. So we hope that by the time we conclude these investigations, we will establish the motive. We are also looking at the theory that she was taken away because of her work as a bailiff," Bailey added. He said the body, which was discovered along with pieces of female clothing, was in a very, very bad state of decomposition, and the skull was separated from the other parts of the body. Jamaica Teachers Association President Jasford Gabriel, responding to yesterday's news, said, "This is one of the saddest days in over 50 years history of the JTA. We are hoping and praying as a nation, and especially across the teaching profession, that by some miraculous means Natalie would have been found alive and able to unite with her friends and colleagues and able to continue the tremendous work she has been doing for over 20 years, positively impacting the lives of thousands of our impressible minds," he said. "Teaching is the most noble profession. When we begin to turn on our teachers in a manner like this, we know, if we didn't know before, that we need divine intervention," Gabriel added. In the meantime, a relative of Dawkins, who opted not to be named, said, "While we are in shock and grieving, we are grateful for the efforts and overwhelming support from the Jamaican public, the media, and the security forces, which had led to the finding of our loved one. We urge the public to speak up for justice and the protection of our women. It is high time that we take being our brothers and sisters' keeper as a matter of life and death." Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.